I had the nuns back in the 4th grade, and they made me memorize Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's The Children's Hour, and it amazes me that some 50 years later, those stanzas keep coming back in my head. All right. That brings us to our next topic for the program, which is table topics, which will be introduced to us by none other than Chris Barrett. Chris Bassett.
For today's table topics, I thought it would be appropriate to talk about today's theme, or what was the original theme, reducing plastic consumption. So this was before I knew Rich was replacing Christine as Toastmaster and changing the theme. So I'm going to open up table topics today so that anyone who speaks can talk about either the question I asked, which will be related to reducing plastic consumption, or on a topic related to the new theme, be gentle with yourself and others. So plastic is used in so many forms these days. Water bottles, grocery bags, takeout containers, straws, and packaging of all kinds. Much of it is disposable and thrown away after a single use. This has led to a lot of plastic waste that is collecting in the oceans around the world. Americans use about 100 billion plastic bags a year, and fewer than 1 in 7 plastic bags are recycled. And it actually takes over 500 years for the plastic bags to degrade in a landfill, and they never actually fully break down. I personally try to recycle as much plastic as I can, particularly from packaging or food and liquid containers. I also have a plastic bag storage caddy that I put my plastic grocery bags in so that I can reuse them later. So a reminder that anyone who I call on can either speak on the question that I ask or on any topic of their choosing. So can anyone who doesn't have a role today raise their hand? Okay. So what can each of us do in our daily lives to decrease our plastic consumption? Mary Alice, would you like to speak?
Thank you, Chris. What I do with plastic bags is, in the first place, I take permanent bags, canvas or whatever they are, big bags, which I have all the bags stuffed in one big one. I take that to the supermarket, and so I don't take in a lot of plastic bags. I do take in a few. If I'm getting green beans, that's a lot to put in loose in the grocery. So I have some plastic bags, and they're very useful. One thing is I have a garbage can separate from the trash can, and it is lined with 2 plastic bags. That's one way I use them. Another way is I have, when I get the plastic bags as I put away the groceries, I shake out the bag and look and see if there are any holes. If there's a little hole in it, I put it inside a plastic bag, just stuff it in. Eventually I take that back to the store and put it in their recycle thing. The ones that don't have any holes, I keep separate in a Kleenex box with a hole in it, and put it in there, and I use that for the garbage bags. So I've reduced my use of plastic a lot from that. And since the red card hasn't come up yet, I want to say one thing about the theme, and that is my motto: give people slack.
we could snap our fingers and get rid of all plastic consumption today, should we? And what would we use in its place? Robbie, would you like to speak?
I think it's a noble objective to get rid of plastics. They are nearly indestructible, and a country like India, where there is less of a emergency of what these plastics are doing, you go to River Ganges and the entire shore is full of plastics, and they don't know how to deal with it. I'm assuming that we have the same problems here. We consume a lot more plastic than they do there. And the recycling is really not on the minds of the people. Because people really, it's hard to recycle unless you spend a lot of effort and time like Mary Alice did. I believe it's a noble objective, and I think it should be taken at the level of the town halls, similar to what is happening in Europe. In Europe, you go to the grocery store, they try not to give you any plastics. You have to bring your own bag, you do it, you take care of it. It has to be a town hall where it costs your money to take charge, and you have to act the same way to be responsible for it, for your environment. It's a very deadly thing, and we need to work on it.
What's one thing you do that you can't imagine doing without plastic? Harvey, would you like to speak?
I'd like to talk about being gentle with yourself and others. I had a colleague who had a reputation of being very sharp with his employees. And he had a terrible reputation. People were afraid of him. If they did something wrong, he would really give them a tongue lashing. And the situation got so bad that he was sent for sensitivity training. So one day, I'm in the office, and I hear him tearing into someone. And I walked over to him and I said, Joe, I thought they sent you for sensitivity training. It didn't sound like that to me. And he said, well, I don't know. He said, I try to keep it in mind. But, first you got to get their attention.
Of course, we don't have time for another one.
One more?
No.
No more. Okay, yep, that's it. Back to you, Phil.